So this is planifolia?
Yes, this is the planifolia. Yes.
Amazing. I had no idea you got so many from a pod.
Yeah. So this is just one branch where we get the 150 vanilla beans.
There have been 10 to 20 flowers on here, and then after 9 to 10 months, they turn into beans. But they each have to be pollinated individually, and every 2 to 3 days they come and pollinate a different flower. Acts like an evaporative cooler because as the heat hits the coconut and evaporates the water, it makes it cooler here, but also feeds the vine with water. I wanted to show you the different phases of vanilla. So they're growing about 95% here of vanilla planifolia and then a small amount of vanilla tahitensis from Tahiti. So here you can see how the flower starts off and then it grows a little bigger and they get only one flower per day. And the flower only lasts for 24 hours. So they have to go out between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. to pollinate them. They have to be pollinated by hand. And to do that, they open up the flower and then press the two stamens together, the male and female stamens that they're in the same flower. It has to be done by a human because there's no natural pollinators. In fact, around the world, the only place that there is a bee that will do this naturally is in Mexico. Once they've pollinated the flower by hand, they have to make sure nothing touches it for an hour. That's why they do it early in the morning when there's not a lot of wildlife like birds that will come and pester the flower, because if they do, that will not turn into a vanilla pod. When it reaches a yellow state like this, it's ready to be harvested. This one's interesting because you can see what it looks like if it received too much water. And these beans are still usable, but it's a lower quality, so they're going to put that into a paste or an extract. Once they've picked them, they put them into water that's 30 degrees Celsius and for an unspecified amount of time. We don't know, that's proprietary. But once they pull out the beans, they then move them into a towel and cover it up in the sun and let it almost steam. After that process, they open up the towel and lay them out in the sun. Then after drying for a period of time, they put them into wooden boxes and they have to cure for 2 years before they can be used for cooking. You can see here, these are closer to finish. They actually massage each bean by hand to make them more supple so that they can be put into packaging. Until the early 1800s, vanilla only could occur naturally in Madagascar, essentially. It was a slave named Edmund Albus, and he's credited with being the first person to figure out how to artificially pollinate vanilla. So without him, we really wouldn't have vanilla available. There's so many medicinal plants here. This one's really interesting. This is the plant that's used to make ibuprofen. And so you could actually just take that as a tea and use it in place of Advil. Our guide here at the farm just told us that some of the best food here in Martinique is actually at the roadside stands. Now there's something I really want to try. They do a barbecue where they cook the meats using the pulp from the sugarcane after it's been juiced. And so if you see smoke coming out of a grill along the roadside, you should stop and try it. We're going to do that. I have a feeling it's going to be amazing. Luckily, we just found the Poulet Boucané, which is the smoked chicken that they make with the sugarcane pulp. So I'm going to get to try it. Here it is, the restaurant of my dreams. So actually, look, a little earlier they had other types of meats that they also smoke. But they still have the chicken, and that's really the one I want. So there's our chicken and ribs. The key to eating in Martinique is to wait till after 6 p.m., then look for these roadside little restaurants and tents. You don't want brick and mortar restaurants. Brick and mortar restaurants here are expensive, and for the tourists, they're really not that great. You want these local spots. Where are we taking you for dinner, Lily?
To a grocery store, the biggest grocery store in the island.
We found this amazing grocery store, and we're enjoying cooking at home.
I found it.
Yes, Lily found it. And it's like being in France. The diversity here is incredible. They've got probably 150 different types of cheese, all different types of sausages and meats, produce, which we haven't seen many vegetables on this whole trip. So we're
Salad and the restaurants, there's no salad.
My diet has consisted primarily of rum over the last 2 weeks, so this is very exciting.